Hey students, Dr. Donadio here. Welcome to FSL 101. I'm going to be your professor for this section during this semester, and hopefully you're going to gain from FSL what you're meant to get from it. FSL basically, what it's doing is, we've already explained it, it's an introduction to college. But what the goal of the class is to do is to give you a toolbox. Now, you might not know why you have all the tools that are in the toolbox, but you have them. As you go through your academic career and hopefully on a graduation and doing whatever you're going to do, hopefully you'll realize later on, oh my gosh, that's why I have that tool. And that's what FSL is about, is providing you a toolbox for further progress and for further success. So with that, we're going to go into the syllabus, but let me apologize, I'm not at your class today, and that's because I was recently elected on August 2nd as a county commissioner for Putnam County in District 7. So ran a campaign, was elected, and I'm at a training for yesterday and today, basically going over some of the legal aspects of what it means to be a government official. So that's why I'm not here, and that's why Chase is taking my spot. So he'll be taking attendance and answering your questions about CAMS and Canvas at the end of this. I'll try and keep it as brief as possible, but yet get to the information that you need so that I know that you have everything you need to be successful in my class. There's absolutely no reason why every one of you sitting in this class should not get an A from this class. That doesn't mean everyone's going to do it, but there's no reason why you shouldn't. So here's my office number, 615-453-6337. You can get a hold of me there. My office hours are generally by appointment because I'm often off campus because of part of my job is recruiting. So you can get a hold of me. It's very easy, and I'm easily approachable. I'm not going to read to you the syllabus. I'm not going to go through the purpose. I'll let you've probably talked about that. Course objectives. That is the purpose of why you're here. And again, I'm not going to read these to you, but my overall purpose is to give you that which you need to be successful at Cumberland University and to be successful, giving you a toolbox to be successful in life. So I'm not going to read those either. And I'm not going to read the student outcomes. That's for your information. But those 7 habits, that's what this course is going to be wrapped around. And what's going to be really interesting is if you haven't gone through the book, or as you're going through the book, some of you are going to look at this stuff. Hopefully many of you are going to look at those 7 habits and say, I do that already. And that's a good thing. If that happens to you, if you're one of those, that means that you're already practicing things that generally make people successful in school, business, and life in general. That means it was innate into you. For others, you might not have that, and that's okay. That's why we're going through this. So hopefully this information will make you look at it from a different perspective. We all have our individual lenses. So I'm not going to read those to you. Policies. First of all, the syllabus. That's what this is right now. This is a contract between you and me. It states my expectations of you and what you can expect with me. So this is an important piece of paperwork or document you need to read because there's no way you can be successful without understanding what's expected of you. The big one, late assignments. I am not a fan of late assignments. If your assignment is 1 minute late, you will not get a grade higher than a C. That's just the way it's going to be. That doesn't mean that you're going to get a C. That means you can get no grade higher than a C. If it starts getting a few days late, there's going to be a point where I'm going to be like, I'm just not going to accept it. So do your stuff on time. That's an expectation of college. It's an expectation of adulthood. So let's just don't put me in that position, please. Just do the work. There's a lot of things you have to do, but there's nothing that's really all that intense. And we'll get into that. Be in class. You're expected to be in class. I will take roll. I will report roll. There's a number of reasons why we do report roll, why we have to take a roll and report it. 1, it's a legal obligation. 2, it keeps track of you. If you're not in class Monday and Tuesday, and I don't keep track of that, and something has happened to you, and I just mark you down as present even though you weren't, someone's going to come asking me why I did that. That's not going to happen. So you have 4 absences available to you throughout the semester for whatever reason. That's just it. You get for free. Now, this does not include school sanctioned events. If you are an athlete, your coach will let me know that your name is going to be on a list. It is your responsibility to send me an email saying, hey, Dr. D, I will not be in class on this day because I'll be at a football game or a volleyball game or whatever. That is your responsibility. I do not go off the emails from your coaches because there's so many names on there and I don't know everybody. So it is your responsibility, again, to send that to me. Otherwise, it's going to count as one year 4 if you don't do that. And I don't take them after the fact. It has to be before. Once you hit 4, everyone after that is going to be a 5% reduction in your grade. After the 3rd, so number 4, that's 5%. So if you're getting a 100 on my class, you just got knocked down to a 95. So, again, use your days off sparingly. Save them up, do whatever you want to do. Just make sure that, obviously if you're in the hospital for an extended period of time, there's going to be something else going on beyond that. But your responsibility is to be in class. So if you're just not feeling so good, you know what? Come to class. If I kick you out because I look at you, that's not going to count against you. It's missing class. Technology in class. Everybody has, well, most people have cell phones, iPads, computers, whatever. I don't want to see your phone unless I say, hey, pull out your phones. I want you to do something for me. I don't want to see it. Let me say that again. I don't want to see it. I'm going to ask you one time to put it away. After that, each time, it's 5% of your final grade. I don't want to see them. Keep them put away. If you're using your laptop for work, that's fine. But if I walk around the class and on your laptop there's a game, Snapchat, whatever you're doing, that's 5% off your final grade. That's big. Don't do it. Academic integrity, I'm not going to get into that because nobody's going to do anything that's going to cause an academic integrity violation. You know what it is, just don't do it. All right, going into the assignments. Now these are also in Canvas, which is open to you right now. There's a copy of your syllabus in Canvas, and then we're going to go over each assignment individually so you know what your expectations are. Active class participation. This is my judgment call. If I decide you're not being engaged, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're not, I'm not able to call you in class, you decide that you want to be in the back with your hat pulled down. By the way, don't wear hats in my class. Just take them off. That kind of thing, I get 10% that I can just take. So don't put me in that position. Be participative in class. It makes this class a lot more fun for everybody involved. And you know what? It just goes better. Journal entries. We'll go to this. I'll go to Canvas in a minute. I'm going to go through the assignments first. Journal entries. You have 10 of them. A couple of them have different ways that you can turn them in. Some of them you can do with videos, and I'll go over how to do that with you. You can just hop on your computer if it has a camera, or even your phone, and you can say, hey, this week we're discussing blah, 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 and I did this. I would love to see some video journal entries. That tells me you're learning how to use Canvas to its fullest. And that is one of my goals out of this class, is make sure you know how to use CAMS, and more importantly, you know how to use Canvas to do assignments and turn assignments in. That's one of those tools that's going to help you a lot going forward. Advisor appointment. When you go into files, and we'll go over this when I go over the assignment, you're going to make an appointment with your advisor. If you're a nurse and you're Tennessee Promise, there's a real good chance I'm your advisor. You're going to set up an appointment with your advisor so that they know who you are, you know where they are and who they are. That way, when advisement comes up for the spring semester, you're not looking around trying to figure out who that is. Now, how do you find out who your advisor is? You can do that in CAMS. And I'm going to go ahead and let Mr. Chase show you guys how to do that today, if you don't know already. Resource project, scavenger hunt. So you're going to go around the campus and you're going to take pictures and see where things are at. It really is just that easy. You're going to throw together a little PowerPoint presentation or do it in a Prezi. You're going to upload it and you're going to show it to the class. It's fun, and for many of you, it might be your first chance at public speaking. So you know what? Just embrace it and run with it, because you're going to learn some things. Your community experiential learning assignment. There's a couple of different things you can do with this. 2 of them are going to be chapel chats. Now, there's a couple different things that will qualify as a chapel chat, and Chaplain Ripsky will send out emails to let you know. I expect one of your chapel chats to be done before midterm, and the other one you're going to do on the second half. Now, you can do both in the first half if you want to. That's perfectly acceptable, but you will not turn in both after the midterm. One of them has to be done before midterm. Service learning reflection paper, I've got some instructions in the assignments that we're going to go over with that, so you know exactly what that means. You're going to do a class presentation, and that's going to be, again, the dates are all in Canvas, and we'll go over that in just a minute. Midterm and final exam. Yes, you have exams in my class. They're not what you think. So, but just know that they're there. Don't be late, be on time, and all of this is going to be on your syllabus. Here's your grade percentage breakdown on how this works. There is your grading scale. Information about disability services if you need them. If you need some kind of service related to them, you need to go to them first and have a letter when you come back to me. I cannot give you an accommodation without a letter. Don't ask me, it's not going to happen. Once you get the letter, then we can make accommodations. The chapel chats, I already talked about that. You're expected to go to 2 of them. I would suggest you go ahead and get those on your calendar as soon as the list comes out from Chaplain Ripsky. Get them on there, get them done. They're a lot of fun. You're going to learn some stuff, and then you're going to write a paper about it. Here are the days and what we're going to be doing. So I'm not going to go over that because it's also mimicked in your course syllabus. Now, I'm going to view this as a student. So let me go to Settings, Student View, and this is what you see. Okay? So when you're looking at the home screen, or let's go to the syllabus screen. Okay, right here is a copy of the syllabus that I just went over. All you have to do is click it, downloads it a PDF. All right, here are your assignments by due date. So yes, there's quite a few of them, but they're not that hard. There's not a lot to do with these things, but you do need to do them. You have journal entries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way through 10, and that's 10 of the assignments, and those are not bad. All right, so let's take a look at those real quick. Journal entry 1, why am I in college? If you look, okay, you can see your instructions by going to the Journal Entry 1 PDF. You can do it from this viewpoint, or if you go to Files, and by the way, you're going to need to do this, you're going to see this wonderful thing, by the way, called APA-Basic.x. What that is a APA, it's an APA template. You're going to want to download that because all of the papers you're going to do for me, even if they're just 1 page, I expect them to be in APA format. That doesn't mean you need a cover sheet for 1-pagers. I don't want a cover sheet. I just want your running header on there. I want your APA level 1, your APA opening. If you have any questions about that, we can talk about that at our first meeting, which is going to be, today's Thursday, it'll be next Tuesday. But there's an APA example paper right here. Now, your journal entries, if you click on that, you can download all the PDFs that have all the information that you need to do your journal entries. So let's go back to assignments. You're going to notice journal entry 1, why am I in college? If you go to journal entry 1 PDF and click it, it's going to give you the question prompts that you need to answer. Now, you can submit this to me in one of 2 ways. If you look, you can do, it says submission will be in text or video. So when you go to submit assignment, you can either just type it in here in this box, or if you see this little box right here that says record, upload media, you can click that button and you can just talk to me just like I'm talking to you right now, and it'll pop up as a video. You know what? Bonus points if you do that, because that tells me you're learning how to use this. And I want you to learn how to use Canvas, especially you nurses. If you end up in my class, if you end up as nurses, you're going to get me later on in your college career, and I'll expect you to be able to use this. Okay. So those are your journal entries and where you're going to find your information. All right, so let's scroll down. Let's go to, we're in assignments. Announcements. Let's go to that real quick. Oh, no announcements. Every now and then you'll see an announcement pop up in this block. Right now, you probably see one because I had one timed to pop up while you guys were at the opening of the university, the convocation or invocation. Every now and then there's going to be an announcement that'll pop up. This is going to be information you need to know. Do not reply back to me in announcements, okay? If you have a question for me, you can email me and that's fine. If you email me, you're going to email me, it's going to be in a format. You're going to type the name of the class, FSL 10122 hyphen your name hyphen question. And then you're going to type the question in the body of the email. Now, don't write me a paragraph. I don't like reading paragraphs. You don't like writing paragraphs. If you have like 3 questions, Dr. Donadio, I have the following questions, : 1, what time were you supposed to do this? 2, what time are you supposed to do this? Please don't ask me questions that are answered in your syllabus. Read your syllabus first, okay? But ask me questions. If the answer's not in your syllabus, I'll be more than happy to address those. All right, let's go back to assignments. So that is how you're going. Your instructions for your journal entries, 1 through 10, okay, are all right in them. What's your center? You're wondering what that is. Well, if you have questions about, oh, guess what? You can't see that one because it's locked. You can't see that assignment yet, or at least I can't see that assignment yet. You might be able to by now, but you can look at that and then see. Let's go to Files. Let's go to Journal Entries. Let's go to Journal Entry 2. If you click on that PDF, it's going to come up, and here's how you're going to do that assignment. Purpose of assignment, to define your principles you hold most important to you and for your life. I think this is one that you can do in video as well. So, or you can do, you can type it up. Totally up to you. All right. So now let's go back to assignments and talk about some of the other stuff that you're going to do for my class. All right, show by type. Okay, great, it's broken down. Resource project scavenger hunt. That is going to be due September 27th at 11:59 p.m., although you'll probably turn in sooner than that. Right here is your rubric that tells you exactly what you need to do. Rubrics are your guide to doing well in my class. If you do what you're supposed to do following the rubric, you're going to get a good grade. There's no way around it. That's why those things exist. Service learning reflection paper. And again, the instructions for these are here in your syllabus. Go to the assignment, advisor appointment, resource scavenger hunt. There's your instructions right there. That's all you need to do is look back at your syllabus. So this assignment is locked. Once it opens up, those instructions should be in here as well. Here's your rubric. It tells you exactly what I want you to do well in that assignment. And that's how these things work. Going down. Here's your participation, midterm, final exam, journal entries, colloquium attendance, okay? It says it's 20 points. It is not worth 20% of your grade. That is 20 points out of a 10% total. It is worth 2 points of your final grade. Go to it. You're expected to attend the colloquium, all right? Chapel Chat 1, Chapel Chat 2. Each one of these is worth, you can figure out real quick how many points of your final grade each one of these assignments are. All right, your assignments, you've got 4 of them. Total is 40% of your grade. That means each one of these assignments is 10 points on your final grade. If you were to decide to not do any of those and turn them in a week late, I'm not going to take them at that point. That is 40% of your final grade gone. You just got knocked down to a 60. Don't do that. All right? Because that's probably going to affect your participation too, which is 10% of your total grade. Your midterm's 10. Your final exam is 20. Each one of these journal entries is 1% of your final grade. Colloquium attendance is 2 20% of 10%. So that's 2 points, 4 points, and 4 points. Add all that up and you get 100%. So I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to see if there's anything else I need to go over with you. One thing I can go over with you real quick before I let you guys go, and because again, Mr. Sullivan is going to be go ahead and taking roll for me, and he's going to go over with you how to go into CAMS and find out who your advisor is, because you're going to need that information. All right. If you go into files, and I mentioned APA, that's a way of writing. It is a formatting like MLA, or I think there's a couple others out there as well. I'm a medical person. I'm an APA guy. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to learn it. If you click on this one right here, APA example paper, that is a PDF that explains exactly how an APA document should be set up. Now, in my class, you will not do author's notes. I will not ask you to do an abstract. You will start with what they call page 3, which is right here, which is your opening. Your opening is centered, non-bolded, double space. Whenever you're doing an APA document, everything is double spaced. There is no triple, there is no extra spaces. Everything is just double spaced. The opening of your paper is the title of your paper, right there. Centered, not bolded. And then you have an opening statement, you know, blah, 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 blah. Then you have an APA level 1 heading. Level 1 is bolded and centered. So if you are writing, I am writing a paper about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are good. Dinosaurs did this for the environment, yada, 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 yada. And then you break into an APA level 1 where you're going to talk about, we're going to talk about flying dinosaurs. Then you would use an APA level. The flying dinosaurs live from blah, 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 blah. And then let's say you want to go further down into a level 2, which is right here. Bolded, left justified. The carnivorous flying dinosaurs were broken into several types. Then you could have another level 2, the omnivorous level flying dinosaurs. Or sorry, that would be that's a level 2. Then you have another level 2 for carnivorous, carnivores, omnivores, herbivores. And then under that, you could further break it down with an APA level 3, which is bolded, indented with a period after it. The chance of you getting to an APA level 4, pretty slender, but it could happen. But that APA is just a means of serialization. I'll expect everything to be in APA format. I've given you a template. Cover sheets, the words running head in upper and lowercase, colon, space, and then uppercase letters, which is a shortened version of your title, and then a page number, which will be right justified and falls along the right side of the paper. Okay. Then your title, your name, university. I don't want author's notes. I don't want abstracts. Then you'll notice starting on page 2, the words running head right here are gone. And you've left justified that running header, which is all capitalized, and then you have your page number, which is right justified. We're not doing an abstract. Then you're opening, and then you go into your paper. Then if you're doing references, again, you're still using that running header, page number. The word references is centered, not bolded. Again, we're just doing double space. And then you can look up how to format your references. Reference your sources. There's a couple of places I'm going to be expecting sources. All right. And then if you do an appendix, I'll be really impressed if you do that, but I don't expect it yet because, you know, you're freshmen and that's just not where we're at. But if you do, I'll be happy to help you with that. So, as I said, this APA template will help you out because a lot of that is already formatted for you. All right. I think that's everything that, oh, real quick, the advisor verification form right here. That's what you need to take to your advisor. And then I will expect you to scan that to me and then upload the PDF as your assignment. I don't want paper handed to me in the class. Now, I think that's it. I hope this was informative as well as mildly entertaining, and I will see you guys on Tuesday.